Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. In this video, we are going to be talking about XDCPay. XDCPay is a wallet which is native to the XDC ecosystem, and it works pretty much like Metamask, but it comes out of the box with support for XDC. So today in this video, we're going to go through the process of installing the XDCPay Chrome extension, which you can install on any Chromium-based web browser. For example, I'm using Brave, so you can directly install it onto Brave. After that, I'll show you how to add funds to it using something called a faucet. A faucet is nothing but a simple way to add test cryptocurrency for that particular network or that particular ecosystem. And after doing that, we'll see how we can use it to connect to other apps in the XDC ecosystem. So first, let's start with the installation process. The first thing we'll do is we'll go to Google and we'll type in XDCPay. You'll see the XDCPay 2.0. We want the 2.0 version because that is the latest one, which has support for more things than the original XDCPay had. So after we see this site, we click on Add and we click on Add Extension. So it'll take a sec and it'll install it. It's a relatively large extension, so it's like 13 megabytes. So it'll take a bit to install on your laptop based on the speed of your internet connection. Once it has been added, you can see that this is the welcome page you get. Now we can start setting up the wallet on your browser. The first thing you'll do is you'll click on Get Started. And let's say that I want to set it up as a new user for the first time. So in order to do that, what I'll do is I'll say Create Wallet. And then I can say that I agree to give anonymized information to the XDC network in order to improve this wallet. Note that this wallet is based off of how Metamask works. So by accepting this data, you improve both Metamask and XDCPay. So now we'll enter some password. I'll enter password. Oops. Yeah, there we go. So after saying that you agree to the terms of use, you can click on create. Now I'll like the way the secret backup phrase works is it's a string of 12 words which you would want to memorize, because what this allows you to do is if you, let's say, have funds in this particular wallet and you want to use that wallet or log into this wallet in a different computer or something like that, or on your phone, what you can do is you can enter these secret words, and based on these secret words you're able to log into that wallet again. So that's why this secret backup phrase is extremely important. Because I'm using this wallet for the sake of a demo, I don't mind opening it up here, but do not ever share your secret backup phrase with anyone. It is the only way you can unlock your wallet, and if somebody gets hold of your secret backup phrase, then they will be able to drain your wallet of all of your funds. That being said, for the sake of this demo, I'm just going to go with this. So you can say click on reveal these words, and I'll just copy them and paste them here for the side for the time being. So this is how a secret backup phrase looks. It's a set of words which will act as the password to your wallet. When I click on next, it'll ask me to confirm my secret backup phrase, which is why I copied it here. So what I'll do is I'll just add this back to the secret backup phrase, and that way it'll enable me to confirm and go ahead with creation of the wallet. So it's guard one path holiday, guard one path holiday, tank forward opinion afraid, tank forward opinion afraid, leg very love belly, leg very love belly. Now when I confirm this, it says that now it knows that I have the seed phrase safely, and I'm supposed to store this somewhere so that nobody else can access it. Now that all of this is done, now we are greeted with the XDCPay wallet. Now you might think that this is a very large interface. The way to access it usually is if I were to go to Google, if I want to use the XDCPay wallet, let's pin this here. I can just click on it and it shows me a little modal which shows me all of the information about all of the accounts I have. And if I click on the drop down here, I can see all of the networks which I can connect to. So the XDC network is the main XDC network, which I will use, like I will add funds to, and I can perform like transactions on the mainnet with it. The testnet is for developers. For example, if you want to develop a smart contract and you want to deploy it and test how it works, which we will do in this video, then you use the testnet. And custom RPC means if you have the access to, let's say, a node on the XDC blockchain, and you want your wallet to be able to connect to that and then use that node to deploy things, in just an example, then that is what custom RPC does. Another thing custom RPC can be used for is, let's say you are running a local version of the XDC test network. Like the equivalent of that in Ethereum is if you're running Ganache locally on your computer, then you would want a way to connect to that from your browser. So the way to do that is to get the custom RPC URL from the Ganache app and you add it to this wallet. Once you do that, you can connect to the custom RPC. If you are someone who just wants to use the wallet, don't worry about the things I said. All you need to know is the XDC main network, which is the thing that has been checked off, is what is used for doing transactions of the main network. And if you want to do any testing, you use the test network. As simple as that. So let's leave it at the XDC main network for the time being. And you can see your account number. If you were to click on your account number, that will copy your account. So if I were to paste it here, then it shows the account number. Now, if I want to see the account balance and all of the other information, I can go to XDC block scan and I can see all the information about this particular account. If I were to go to this address, it will show me that this is just a basic address and there is no balance and no transactions, which makes sense because we just created the account. So that's the first thing which we can see. You can also create multiple accounts from here. So if I were to click here, I can say create account. I can just call it account 2. And when I say create, it'll automatically create a second account with a different address. This address and that address will be different. You can see this starts with C4DE. This starts with C53A. So these are two different accounts which we've created and you can use these for different purposes. Let's switch back to the main account. And from here, you can do other things also. Like you can see your account details. First of all, you can see, you can export your private key. Now, if I want to import this particular wallet in another app, what I would do is I would export the private key from here and import that private key in the other wallet. And that is how I can transfer the accounts. Finally, we come to the main part here where we can see all the transactions I would have done so far and the assets which I have. So in terms of XDC, if I have any NFTs, it will show up here. If I have any other tokens which are native to the XDC ecosystem, they will be seen here. I can also buy XDC, so I can direct deposit some. For example, if I already have some XDC, then I can import it directly here or transfer via direct deposit. And if I want to send it to someone, I can do the same thing. I add a recipient and I click send and the XDC will be transferred. So in order to do all of these operations, let's switch to the XDC test network and take an example of what is happening. Let's look at this as an example. I have a test network account and I want to add funds to it. In order to do that, what I do is I will go to the XDC faucet and I will request for funds. So I'll copy this and I will go to XDC faucet. I Google this, I'll see the XDC Apothem network faucet. Apothem is the name of the test network. When I go here, I can say enter the XDC address I want it for. It'll do a quick captcha check, which will take a second.
This is the top result.
And now when I say request 1000 XDC, it'll send me 1000 XDC into the test network, into the test account. So now when I click on OK, I can go to my account and it will show up in a sec. It'll show like in the transactions in a second. It will see that we have gotten 1000 test XDC. There we go. So 1000 test XDC have been added to the account. Now let's say I were to create another account here. I have account 2 already. So I want to transfer, let's say 200 XDC from the first account to the second account. So what I'd do is I would copy this account, which is the recipient, send, paste it here, and it shows all of the information, which is a new address. We can add it to the address book if we want. I can store it somehow like second personal account, and that's one way to store it to your personal sort of contact book in a way. It'll tell you which asset you want to send. I can specify how much I want to send. So if I want to send 200, note that if I were to try to send more, it will tell me that I have insufficient funds. And also it's really interesting, if I were to try to send very close to the amount, even though I have the balance for it, it'll say I have insufficient balance because I don't have enough gas to transfer that amount. So you have to be very sure that the amount you're sending is definitely the amount which you can send with the gas fee included, and the XDC wallet handles that automatically for you. Let's say I want to send 200 XDC. It tells me that this is the estimated gas price, the gas limit. So this is how much fees I will have to pay for the transaction. When I click on next, it asks me for confirmation. This is the amount I'll have to pay in total. This amount is the gas I will have to pay, and this is the amount which will get transferred. When I say confirm, we can see that the transaction has been queued. And if we click on this transaction, we can either click on speed up, which means that you'll try to supply more gas to get it done faster, or I can go to the BlockScan website directly from here, and I can see all of the transactions that were happening. So it'll take a second to load, but once it does, you can see the transaction, the to, the from address, the amount which was transferred, and everything else. Finally, now that the transaction has been completed, we can see that the account shows the reduced balance because we've transferred that amount to the second account. We can see the transaction which happened. This will show you the transaction log. So if you have multiple transactions, you can scroll here, and finally it will show you the assets you have. So now the asset amount has decreased to 799 XDC. So this is a brief overview of the XDCPay wallet. It's a very simple and effective way to get into the XDC ecosystem in order to transfer funds, in order to accept funds, and in order to do everything else you would want in the XDC ecosystem, like buying NFTs and things like that. There are more niche use cases for the XDCPay wallet. For example, if you were to be creating a smart contract, then you would want to use Remix in order to connect it and things like that. But these are more advanced use cases. For someone who wants to just transact with XDC, this is a very simple and easy way to get into the ecosystem. If you have any questions or if you have any doubts about what I've explained and things like that, feel free to ask me in the comment box below. I'll be happy to answer all of your questions. And until then, I hope you learned a lot from this video. All the best, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.